I know we're gonna get to it later, but I stand by what I said, and I'm gonna repeat it for everybody when we get to that point. But yeah, man, yo on the real. I feel real excited about what's currently happening with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dope shit coming out. A lot of dope shit coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm super happy to see it, man. It was a long time that I was like, yo, the cats that got the eyes ain't doing what they supposed to do. If you got the eyes and you really about this shit, it's a certain way you supposed to be carrying this right now, and y'all not doing it. So I'm gonna need y'all to get with it. And I want to thank Clips, Freddie Gibbs, Jid,
We're gonna get to clips.
Raekwon. Huh?
So we're gonna get to clips.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, definitely. Oh my God, yes we are. Oh boy. And I just want to say before I even get into what I'm about to get into, salute to Nasir Jones. That man at 52, he is on an absolute tear. Everything that he put his pen on, he's killing everything he touched. Um, so for those of y'all who like to have those legacy conversations about your favorite artists, some of our favorite mainstream artists is still adding on to his, and lovely, might I add. Lovely, might I add. But yeah, I remember I said I was going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this up front before we even get started with anything. This episode gonna be a little. This episode gonna be a little dark. I'm just gonna warn you now. This episode gonna be a little dark. We live in the Northwest, man. Fucking deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's my time to shine.
You know, hey, but we gonna set this shit off. We gonna set this shit off. Right?
You ready, babe?
Hey, can you drive? I got some work to do.
Okay.
Now,
Say it's gonna be a dark episode. Then you start with the light motherfucker.
Yeah, sweet.
Come on, we're here. Look around. Dude, look. Check out these crazy rocks.
You know what's crazy? It's
mean,
like, how come this thing is not connected? Bluetooth not on?
you know what's
I'm
crazy?
looking at the snow.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're home.
Finally, I get some Wi-Fi.
Nowadays, right?
That's
what I'm talking about. Don't stay in a bad relationship. Don't ruin your trip. Get rid of it. Move on.
I guarantee that motherfucker only smashes in Missionary.
Only. He ain't got no swerve to him.
He ain't got no flavor. Like that motherfucker ain't never tasted spices. He's the before shot.
Yeah. You saying that bland's not a flavor?
Oh shit!
Thousands of Brits could be wrong. That bland is not a flavor.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you something. First of all, I just want to say, man, like a lot of people be like, we make jokes, but the best jokes in the world got a little truth in them. You know what I'm saying? The best comedy is comedy built on real shit. And sometimes that can be a little dark. Tell me you ain't never been in a scenario with a motherfucker where you trying to have a serious conversation with them and they won't get out their phone or they won't stop. Dog, I need you 2 minutes is all I need. Stop doing that shit for a second. Check this out. At a point, all right. She just did what all of us wish we could.
She got the perfect crime too, because she could be like, "Yo, motherfucker was on his phone the whole time. I pulled up to look at the views, and that motherfucker just opened the door and stepped."
He set himself up for that. Oh my goodness. That's fire. I love that shit. Man, okay. So we talking about, okay, I gotta admit, some of it's really fucked up. But I be scrolling on Facebook sometime, and when I see the reels of the dark humor guys, I think they're absolutely hilarious. And like some of the shit they say is so fucked up. And I'm like, I feel like such a dick for laughing at this, but it's hilarious. How could I not? I don't, like what's some of your favorite dark jokes that you know?
always the ones you gotta think about. You know what I mean? Like it takes you a second to kind of think about.
Yeah.
It hits you. You're like, ah, shit. You know.
So there's a lot of dark videos that I come across. That like dark humor videos, like kind of like you, like on those accounts, and you just scroll through them, and they're great.
Oh yeah.
As far as like dark humor jokes, my favorite one probably is I experienced the weirdest exorcism that's ever happened before, because we spent hours trying to get the devil out of this little boy, and then the devil had to spend a couple more hours trying to get the priest out of him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
I love that. See what I'm saying? The best comedy got a little truth in it. So
I don't know how. I can't say how big his truth was.
Oh shit!
What?
But the devil's like, I got the biggest truth.
I don't know.
Oh shit!
See, that's my favorite kind of dark humor. It's the situational set. You know what I'm saying? When you can play off of something else that's already been said, and you're just like, right? That's where pause really came from, right? Like, it's because, that's dark. In my mind, that's dark. And you gave me permission to start using that. So, anybody who doesn't like pause, they can shut that. That trust me.
Man, I you know what? The funny shit, I heard this one the other day when I was scrolling on the joint, and he was like, he asked him. So they having this contest where they sitting across the table from each other. And they take a drink of water, and they got to try to not laugh. You know what I'm saying? So the girl sits down at the table across from a black dude. And I'm assuming she was Jewish. I don't know this for certain, but he's like, yo, what's one thing black people and Jewish people got in common? And he was like, ashy grandparents. I was like, oh shit. God, to be more careful. That was crazy.
Whoo. My grandparents knew how to use lotion. Nah.
Yeah. So to take it off of the kings and queens, one along those lines, that motherfucker said, what's the difference between Santa Claus and a Jew? And it was the direction that they go in the chimney.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Bro, that shit was cold-blooded.
Yeah.
That shit was cold.
Yeah, it was on one of them accounts.
Yeah,
I was like, brother.
See, I didn't hear stuff like that. I mean, you hear that stuff growing up when you were younger, right? But I heard that a lot when I was in the military. All kinds of like dead baby jokes and fire furnace jokes. But dang, man, like I haven't heard that in a minute. That's coming back. Yeah. That's bringing it back. I'm all thinking. I've gotten tame since I had kids and stuff. Because now my jokes are like dad jokes, dark dad jokes. Like
a dark.
I was out in the garden. And I was like, gardening in the garden. I dug a hole and I found like a box of treasure. And I wanted to go run and tell my wife. But then I realized why I was out in the garden. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. That's bad, but.
Oh, shit. I mean, you know what, though? Is it?
I mean, it's not like bang, right in your face. You got to think about it for a minute and you're like, oh. So you about to bury.
Now this one is fucked up, and that's the thing. Like to P's point, like it's the situational ones that are like, yo, like the obvious nature, like it's fucked up. So and this shit really happened. I read it in the news. This kid came home, and he had gone on a field trip, and. Kid throws his fucking, clothes down on the floor as always. Mom picks it up as always because it's messy motherfucker, right? She emptying out his pockets as always because he don't do that. And she pull out 2 big ass handfuls of cotton. And she's like, what the fuck? Turns out that now this is a primarily black neighborhood that they live in, primarily black school. The field trip, they took these motherfuckers to a cotton field and was like, yo, go pick as much as you want.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he like wasn't even supposed to take the cotton because like they gave him all baskets and stuff, and this motherfucker's sitting there picking all the cotton and everything. And then when they get back, they were like, thank you. And took it all. And these motherfuckers, like, he was just like, nope, I did the work. So he grabbed 2 handfuls and put them in his pockets while nobody was looking. But everybody else, they just took their shit. And I'm like, yo, how? And, you know, she turned it into, like, Channel 7 News. Like, she was like, come on. So, yeah, it's that kind of shit where it's like, yo, like, that is so fucked up. And there is no way that you can't see the deplorableness of your actions. And that's why it's dark as fuck is always around some white shit.
Yo, that's the funniest shit in the world to me though is this. I'm never gonna back off of this. I know, fuck that. The degree of sensitivity that is exhibited by most people bothers me. Here's why. Yeah, it's dark humor, but it's still humor. Now, if you find yourself offended by it, then don't laugh. Sure. However, ask yourself a question. Ask yourself if you're offended by it because it's offensive or it's attacking the shallow facade of who you think you are because you don't really know yourself. That's why that bothers you. No, I've literally stood in a motherfucker's face and he was like, nigga, and I was like, damn, bro, like you done had 500 years to come up with something better than that. What the fuck are we doing? Like, you're lazy. You're a lazy racist. That's crazy. I can't respect that. I can't respect that. Come up with something else. I'll give you a minute. Go ahead. It blew his mind. No idea what to do with that. No idea what to do with it. And I was just like, hey, when you figure it out, I'm going to be over here. I'm going to be right over there.
So I got a confession to make. I don't like saying this. I don't tell this to a lot of people. But y'all are my guys. I'm white. Now, I'm just not that kind of white. And that's why I can make fun of those motherfuckers all I want to. Fuck you, crackers.
Yo, that shit is crazy.
That driven to Spokane with you. Are you crazy?
Bruh.
And
you know what I'm saying?
But I love it when a white motherfucker can't stand white people jokes.
Oh yeah, watching them be uncomfortable,
That
but they
is my
can't face
favorite
it.
thing.
I'd be like, and I'm just like, I'm gonna laugh hard. I'm gonna laugh extra hard because I'm laughing for you since you won't do it.
Bro, not only are they white as shit, but they live in a place where in their top 3 like tourist attractions, they throw fish.
They throw fish.
That's where you live. And you can't like get over being called white as fuck. Come on.
Let me tell y'all something. Spokane is Armenian for saltine special. No disrespect to my Armenian people out there. I'll be bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just jokes. It's just jokes.
Gonna have some
Don't follow.
We got at least 4 Armenians out there. They're gonna be like, "Yo, that's not what that means."
That's not what that means.
There's gonna be at least 4.
Okay, means bitches.
But the diversity of the Armenian language is astounding.
Oh, I love it, yo. Oh, I said some shit at work the other day. And I said, so like sometimes I'm gonna tell you some funny shit, right? So I'll be sitting at work waiting for the, you know what I'm saying, sitting or standing at my desk, either or at work, waiting for the call to come through. And when the call comes through, it goes bing, and then all of the shit pop up on the screen. Name, address, phone number, all the shit come up on the screen. Well, can you imagine? Now, mind you, it does that, and I have to catch it immediately. Hey, can I speak to and say the name that I see?
Damn.
Now, imagine when it's one of them names. Dog, I can't tell you how many times I just hung the phone up because I looked at the name and was like, nope.
Can I speak to never mind. Click.
Oh shit. Yeah. Sometimes it don't even be that. It just be like, oh hell no. No.
This motherfucker's like, can I speak to Jeff Foster? Oh, they ain't there? All right, bye.
Oh no. Funny shit about that. Earlier today, the thing goes ding, and I look at the screen and it's absolutely blank, but there's definitely a motherfucker on the other end of this phone. And I said, yo, I was like, hey, can I speak to Terrell Johnson? No, I do who the fuck that is. And the dude was like, nah, buddy, you got the wrong number. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, no doubt.
It
right,
don't sound like it. Can I speak to
Terrell Johnson?
Yeah,
the motherfucker that owes us money, please?
Yeah. I gotta have a go-to fake name because that shit happens sometimes. And I'd be like, and I don't want to be sitting there looking like Boo Boo the Fool, staring at the screen like, you know what I'm saying? So, oh, I seen some real funny shit. I don't know if it's there was a reaction video to a very young guy in his 20s watching Eddie Murphy Delirious. It absolutely blew his fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
He could not believe people were allowed to talk like that and got paid millions of dollars to do it. And I was like,
yeah. Should listen to Lenny Bruce. Damn, go back to Red Box. Yeah.
Richard Pryor. Any of them. Like,
any of them. It'd be done. Bernie Mac kill him. Because it's too close.
Bro, yeah. That was a while ago.
Going back, yep. And
this son of a some of them.
Fuck his whole life up, man. God, man. Fucking tragic. Oh my God. It's all right though. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that y'all prepared. We gonna be on some bullshit tonight. I'm telling y'all now. I'm telling y'all right now, we are on bullshit today. And it's cool because I don't mind being on bullshit sometimes because it's fun. We got enough serious shit to get to on 200 and beyond. We get ready to enjoy this wave while we ride our way on to it. You know what I'm saying? So while we doing that, you already know what time it is. Salute to my man, Eat a Mad Assassin and Drugs Beast. The Wave Letterman show out right now. And I can tell you that with a confident face, that is the dopest shit that you gonna hear that you ain't listened to. Nigga.
I'm flyer than everybody. Everybody on cloud 9, higher than everybody. We stepping out on the town, we sliding every party.
Hey, I swear that beat made me want to punch people. Yo, one day I'm gonna be able to hear that without saying it. Salute. Welcome to the party. I know what time it is, man. Pantha Politix Podcast. We are back in the building. I am Seven Da Pantha, aka the Carolina Hurricane with ridiculous slang, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka Pod Strickland, if you getting the point. Of course, you already know what Brother Squad with me. We strapped and ready for war, nigga. Feel me? Monster, listen, what's good with it?
Not a goddamn thing. So
I got to do this first.
I reinforced my hatred for everybody over the weekend.
Oh shit.
So me and P, we had to make some moves last week. So we was driving home, and I ain't gonna lie, like it said that we had this many miles to the next city where gas wasn't gonna be crazy expensive.
Right.
And I was like, okay, we have like 20 miles over that worth of gas. But it's through mountains. And as you start going through those mountains, they were like, yo, that gas didn't gas the way we thought it was going to gas. So we about 10 miles outside of that city, and they were like, yo, you got very little gas. So, you know,
you mean about very little?
Yeah, like we start playing the game, like going slow up the hills and then just letting that shit rock down the
Yes.
And we got there, we didn't run out of gas, but like motherfuckers is having to go around us and shit because I ain't hitting the gas pedal. And so I start this like existential thinking of like, if I'm in heavy traffic and somebody being a dumbass, then like maybe they just going through something, right? like we've all had that thing where it's like, yo, they might just be going through something. Because I've gone through something in traffic before.
Yeah, you know.
Now that was like Thursday. Saturday. They was all going through it. But y'all can't, not everybody can go through it at once. Some of y'all were just dumb motherfuckers. That shouldn't be
That
right.
part. That part.
And I was like, oh, see, there that goes out the window. It lasted a day and I didn't do too much on Friday. And then I was like, you know, like me and P had this real like rabbit hole conversation on the simulation, like we were talking about, right?
Mm.
Really got me thinking, because you know, when the three of us get into those kind of conversations, the brain start working a little bit heavier.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking about that over the weekend, right? And I'm letting my mind expand. And then I found out that Gangstalicious is not fictional. And there are some thugs out there wearing skirts.
Ooh.
And I was like, all right, so maybe the rabbit holes ain't that deep. And humanity is just fucking up. And yeah, you can. I'm good with the pause, but goddamn, like, I will not accept that Gangstalicious has had this much of an impact on my reality.
Man.
So
Yeah.
That's it right there.
I have I had all these great thoughts, and I was on the brink of being like, you know, maybe a few need to survive. Like, I talk about genocide a lot, but mine's a social genocide.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, part of social genocide is society. So hey, there you go, all you motherfuckers. I was trying to let a few motherfuckers, but
No.
Gangstalicious did y'all in.
All I can say is, I feel you. I have been somewhat stunned by some of the things I've seen transpire. I have a Evan Almighty made a post about some YNs breaking in his car. He caught them going in his car last night, and he was about to grab the Mossberg and go to the door. He decided not to do that. He just went to the door, and as he did, they were running away, tripping over each other. He said, you know, had I not taken a moment, that would have ended very differently. And I'm at the point now where I'm kind of sick of this whole YN energy. And I'm like, if you could have seen the comments from the people, they was like, bro, we've been tired of that energy. They got no respect. They got nothing, no principles. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, that shit real. They don't.
You know how much love and respect I got for Ev. Brother, next time just take the blame. just take it with you.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask the question then. How much are we, since we're pointing the fingers at the YN and all the energy and all that, what about the other 4 fingers pointing back at us when we didn't teach these motherfuckers actually how to be?
Well,
right?
I feel you, but if I know I did what I was supposed to do, I could point the finger at a motherfucker. And I did for what I needed to do for more than just the kids in my house.
There's a lot of I know. That's how we are, right? We took up for a lot of other people, right? Having to raise these dudes. So we know firsthand that these kids are not getting trained the way they're supposed to be trained and all that. And there's a lot more of them out there, like wild packs of dogs, you know what I mean? Out there running around. Because, you know, people aren't, they're done with them. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't help that the entire society pushes them that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that they listen to, everything that they watch is all about being that way. And that's where the flex is, I guess. But we're not telling them no. We're just letting them do. Plus, we got to work 80 hours. So, you know, I don't get a chance. You know what I mean?
I
That's
would
the
like
excuse.
to be clear that I'm not pointing any fingers at the young kings. I'm pointing them at the whites.
No doubt.
No, you're right. It does. It kind of does.
We could be Wakanda if they didn't have no white motherfucker. So,
I mean,
just saying.
You got a point. I think it's a disconnect that exists that's been existing, and we even had like despite some of what people like to romanticize the period that they came up in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, the era I came up in, the guidance wasn't A1, but it was better than what the fuck y'all get. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely better than that. So I mean, when it's all said and done, we still ain't talking about the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Our experience ain't the same, and how it ends up shaping us ain't gonna be the same. The one thing that concerns me is this, and then we can get back to the weekend recap because it got way too serious, way too quick, and I apologize for even bringing this shit up.
Sometimes talks need to happen.
Yeah, no.
Here's my concern. My concern is when I see things like I'm tired of the energy, and I'm like, yeah, I feel you, like, yeah. But the thing is, how tired of it are you? Are you tired of it enough to take a life, or are you tired enough to try to save one? Which one is it? How tired are you? Because those are two different tireds. You know what I'm saying? When you're tired, you'll still try to save one. When you're exhausted, you just gonna pop, and that's gonna be what it is. So, are you tired or are you exhausted? And if you're exhausted, maybe stay home for a little while until you can at least just be tired. And maybe the outcome will be different. And maybe these YNs won't raise future YNs to act YN-ish. Then they really will be YKs. They really will be young kings at that point. Then instead of this nonsense that's happening now. When they don't even see listening to the people that's older than them from their community as a viable source of knowledge, there's problems. They seen too much too fast, and it wasn't good with what they saw. You didn't show them nothing good, so why would they listen? I don't know. That's just
there's a very wide gap between witnessing and intervening. Like it takes a special kind of person to intervene in a situation versus witnessing. So a lot of motherfuckers will sit there and watch stuff going down, but they ain't gonna try. And I'm not even saying intervene like try and stop some shit and get yourself capped. The question is like, what are you trying to do to like make sure that situation never happens? You just sit around and watch some motherfuckers do some dumb shit, and you're like, yo, they did some dumb shit, but the witness is not involved in the situation.
Right.
So, like, anybody that says that they tried to get involved and like help somebody, it's like, well, nah, you watched.
That part.
And that's all it is. These like we got a country of watchers.
Well, I mean, it started out with the neighborhood watch, right? And then once the neighborhood watch wasn't allowed to actually step in and stop, say, a burglary or whatever, get sued for that, then we just started watching. Then we busted out our phones, right? We thought that was going to get traction. At least we had the evidence and that kind of stuff, and we take it to court. And guess what? That don't work either. You know, because it depends on who you're watching.
See, so that's the problem. Like, we used to have a whole neighborhood that would beat your ass. If I did something down the street, I had to calculate how many people knew my mama and daddy.
Yeah.
In between where I was on my fuck shit and where I'm gonna get home to catch the capitalized ass whoopings. But I'm gonna have a whole lot of lowercase ass whoopings on the way.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. And then all of a sudden you got the neighborhood watch where they just watching.
Watching.
Yeah, what are you watching? Like when it's okay. I don't got a problem with it with a neighborhood watch if it's executed with the right purpose. You should have a fucking neighborhood watch. You shouldn't count on nobody else to watch your fucking community but you. and the people that live there. It's your responsibility to do that. You know what I'm saying? But instead of doing that, you blindly follow, oh no, these people will keep us safe. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many fucking police officers it would have to be to actually keep people safe? They can't afford to pay enough motherfuckers to be a police officer for that. Ain't possible. And that ain't their purpose. Like, I want you to really to serve and protect sound real good on the side of a car. Mm-hmm. It sounds good. It sounds outstanding. But when you really look at what's happening, you feel me? When you look at what's really what purpose they really serving, they throw all of that out the window.
So this dude that I went to high school with, I have problems calling him a friend nowadays because he became a pig. Mm. But you know, he's still that, you know, a dude. He might not be my dude, but he showed me the little plaque thing that he got, and it has his oath on there. And I asked him, I was like, "Hey, bro, you sure you want to do this?" And then, you know, we got in a little conversation. I was like, "Here, I'll give you the perfect example of why I asked. Look at your baby oath. Where on there?" And this shit's like 3 paragraphs long. Not once does it say the word person or people. Not once.
See, when I did my oath for the Army, the first stanza is, "I serve the people of the United States." It's right off rip. You know who you work for. I work and serve for the people of the United States. So the cops don't have that. I defy anybody to go look at the local department's charter and see who they're actually responsible to and what they're responsible for. And it has nothing to do with them. It's businesses. They protect property.
You know why people don't even know how the government in their own city work. Like, and that's a problem. Like, you so busy worried about what dumb fuck doing in DC, you ain't paying attention to the motherfucker that's 4 blocks away from where you live at, making decisions in the office that's gonna ruin your fucking life. Because you worried about what that nigga doing. And all he doing is distracting everybody else from what's really fucking happening. Like, so, I mean, I don't know how many times I gotta tell people, like, politics is soap operas for people that don't watch soap operas. For people that's in the real shit, but they gave you a soap opera of real shit. Here you go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They just so happen to have real world consequences. But that's all it is. Political theater. Anyway, Pete, how was your weekend, man?
Take that, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was all right. You know, I just got to chill out a little bit and that kind of stuff. I was working on some stuff. I'm still working on the projects for the network and everything. Got to hook up with DJ Kamir and them. Hung out. Got things lined up for some bakeries and some small businesses we're gonna be checking out in a couple weeks and that kind of stuff. So it sounds kind of fun. I'm getting my fat kid on. So you know, it was good. It was good.
So you said you need an assistant to carry your bag. Okay, I got you.
Oh yeah. You know, I gotta put the crew together. You know how it go.
Bakery, yeah, okay. I'm with you. Hell yeah. Now I gotta say, I am extremely thankful for y'all and for our Pantha Politix group chat. Yo,
it's a setup.
It never ceases to amaze me. Never ceases to amaze me some of the shit that y'all come from. Never ceases to amaze me. I don't want to go back to the dark theme just yet, but I feel like laughing. I feel like laughing about it. So you know what? You ever been like doing one thing, like you focused on something, and out of nowhere, something you didn't expect to happen just pops off, and you're like, "Oh shit!" You know what I'm saying? And it, not only does it distract you from what you was initially looking at, but it's just like some wild. No? Okay.
I mean,
Look, a blue Cybertruck. Man, it look nice. Blood clot, they murder Jacob.
Blood clot, they murdered Jacob.
Yo, I thought he was on a bike at first. But he wasn't on a bike at all. What was that dude at? He was like way into the turn. Like, what was he at? How far did he get hit?
How did you how did you end up in front of the car right there? Like,
yeah,
I've been trying to figure this shit out the whole time. I'm like,
Yo, honestly, it gave me the top 5 memes of the 2025. So fuck Jacob and whatever he was doing.
yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Because I got that shit on repeat.
Blood clot, they murdered Jacob.
Blood clot, they murdered Jacob.
The question I got is,
they actually named him.
Is that nigga's name really Jacob? Like,
I know, right? It always hits harder when they name him. It's like you know him. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Only Jamaicans be naming the dude that be getting jacked up. What's up with
blood clot, they murdered Jacob.
that shit became immediately personal.
Immediately. Yo, that's his man's now. He just got fucked up. Oh shit. Yo, that shit fucked my head up when I seen it. I was like, yo, they murdered Jacob. Poor Jacob. Now, I don't know if his name is actually Jacob. I don't know if that gentleman knows him or not. But I do know that in keeping with our previous conversation about politics, I would like to point out that there is definitely a point where technology and art begin to imitate life and vice versa. Both things can occur. But I think you'll understand what I mean in a second. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed her by the pussy.
Straight
what
Trump
the
out.
fuck? Yo.
You see the walk?
That wasn't programmed by
too.
a Proud Boy. I don't know what. Yeah. It was programmed by a Proud Boy. Absolutely. And no questions asked about it. That, wow.
Yo. Did anybody notice that it said hydroxy on his shirt?
Yes.
In his head, he was like, hydroxy cut, bitch. Bye.
Oh shit. Oh man. See, I love it. Now, you know what else I love? I love kids. And I think that it's dope to see, to watch young people grow up. Sometimes. Then there are other times when fuck them kids is the anthem of the day. But
Thanks.
every now and then you have to remind these motherfuckers where they come from. You know what I'm saying?
Jojo, you're my son.
Uh-oh.
You came from my balls. Remember that? You see my balls swimming around like I want to be in the world? Zay.
Like I want to be in the world.
In my balls. Now you walk around in the world. Balls, boys. You were in balls. I want to live. I want to be a man. I want to play soccer, but I live in balls. You can't live in balls.
The day before his birthday.
What the fuck, yo, this motherfucker is crazy. Oh my god, man. This nigga said, I want to play soccer, but I'm in balls.
If my pops ever walks into my room and says, balls, boys, we got a different relationship going forward.
Oh, shit.
My pops would absolutely do some shit like that and walk in there and be like, yeah, the day, on this day, I got you on
Yeah.
Wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. Take me later.
Dog, when I hit play on that shit, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Now, I think it's dope though. You know what I'm saying? That a motherfucker can do that, and his kids wasn't all they just laughing like they know this motherfucker nuts already. It's cool. Pause. That was totally unintentional. Yeah. God, I can't believe I just did that. But you know, there's a reason why shit like that happen because kids do dumb shit sometimes, and they say shit that they shouldn't say, and sometimes they be over emotional about the way they respond to shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what? You know what's crazy? When a kid try to tell you some shit about, like, you understand what's happening, but you see the disgust on their face, and it just makes you laugh. You find it absolutely hilarious. Yeah, that's the type of shit I'm on right now.
You would be dead right now if you heard it.
What did you hear?
Oh, shit.
What did you hear?
Nothing.
What's the problem?
Nothing.
Oh,
There's no problem whatsoever.
are you sure you didn't hear Mom and Dad
He
say?
sounded like he was letting her
No,
Earl.
3 times. 3 times.
Oh my God.
3 times.
Bro.
Oh,
So,
shit.
in the first 3 seconds, you would be dead if you had to hear what I heard.
Yes,
Everybody knew what he was talking about.
yes. You would be dead if you had to hear what I heard. Why? Why?
Get over it.
Yo, that motherfucker is traumatized, son.
3 times.
He ain't gonna lose his virginity till he's 21. He is
I ain't gotta
traumatized.
work.
Yo, there is no
Yo.
way, because them was little white children. There is no way that it wasn't his pop's birthday the day before.
Oh shit. Yep.
3 times? Sure wasn't an
Yeah.
anniversary?
3 times.
3 times, like no, because the anniversary, like it's halfway her day too. So
Yeah.
nope. But 3 times, nah, that's all him. That it was either Father's Day or his birthday.
It definitely wasn't Father's Day. I tell you that. Nope. Wasn't that.
Nah.
Wasn't that.
Yeah.
Definitely birthday.
Not 3
Definitely
times.
birthday.
Nah.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
Father's Day don't rate on the 3 times scale for nobody. They don't give a fuck.
I have
about
a
no
feeling.
Father's
I have a feeling
Oh,
they're on
shit.
vacation. I have a feeling
Oh,
they're in a
fuck.
place where he couldn't get away. And he had to hear it. That's why he's like
I can't
traumatized.
go
3
nowhere.
times.
3
Because if you was your
times.
house, right, you go out to the living room or something, you try to get away. It
3
sounds like going to
times.
the hotel room.
3 times. That motherfucker was what? He mad as shit. Hey, calm your monkey ass down, boy. So I mean, and then they go from them little motherfuckers to being older motherfuckers that's in high school and shit. And you know what? And sticking with the dark theme, I want to discuss high school kids real quick. Because I was a high school kid once. And I know for a fact that I fell into the same category when I was in high school. Y'all are stupid. Like, I don't I don't understand what the fuck going on. You gotta I understand you learning bullshit for the most part, but you got like access to help. Do you know how many books in a school library never get opened? Like ever. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll put the real shit in there because they know you ain't gonna go look for it. Like and there was a point in time when I would only be talking to the young black kids when I say this. No. It's all y'all motherfuckers now. Y'all just don't care. But I also feel like there's a certain between social media, the internet in general, and then the way after COVID and shit just got weird. And I think that people kind of turned inward more so than normal. And I think the kids are some of the worst at it. But it leads to ominous shit like school shootings and shit. Like this kid don't know who to talk to. So like, you know, I listen to a lot of true crime shit, and a lot of it, several of them have been about school shootings and about the people who perpetrated them. And it's always like the formula. Certain aspects of it are different, but the formula is always the same. You know what I'm saying? And then the outcome is the same, and that's fucked up. But I told you this was a dark episode, didn't I? take a moment with the youth of today, just for a moment, just to see how they operate in these.
Why are you on the ground? What's going on? That doesn't seem too comfy. It's not that bad, now that I think about it. Man. Anyways, I thought you were really cute. I just wanted to come over here and introduce myself. I'm Griffin. Nice to... Not a handshaker. Okay. Noted. What are you doing after school today? I was thinking maybe we could get some food or watch the game or something. What do you think? How's your leg? It looks pretty freaking gnarly if you ask me. Yeah, who would have thought he would have came in with a gun, right? Crazy. You make fun of a kid's New Balances one time and he's just all... Anyways, what do you think? Dinner? Lunch? Oh, you're dead.
What the fuck? That shit is crazy. The whole time. Yeah, that shit fucked my head up. I hit play on that shit and was like, oh, okay. Like why are you, first of all, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time, why are you laying on the ground trying to shoot your shot at this? Like, why would you do that? Well, I mean, you did say she was laying on the ground, but then that even makes it that much stranger that you find it necessary to lay your ass on the ground and talk to her.
Shoot your shot.
I was not ready. Yeah, that leg was pretty fucking gnarly. Sure looks like a 30-06 hit it to me.
Oh, damn,
make fun of a kid's New Balance one time, huh? And they just start, that's crazy.
Yeah, dog. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that at all. I was not prepared. That shit fucked my whole day up. I was like, damn. I want to go contemplate some shit now, and I don't even know what, but I just feel like I need to go think about some things and shit. This motherfucker's crazy. Shit. Nah, that's not crazy. But you know what is crazy? There's nothing that I enjoy more than seeing somebody walk into a conversation at the wrong point and completely misconstrue what's taking place. I love to watch that happen. And it only brings to light for me more than ever how much context matters. You gotta really know what's happening when you start hearing certain things, because otherwise shit goes sideways, and it's just like, you feel me? I can give you an example.
I want you to suck it.
You suck it.
No, it's for you to suck.
Ugh, I'm not sucking that.
Suck it.
I don't know where it's been.
It's not where it's been. It's where it will take you. Don't you want to know where babies really come from?
Oh, God. Son, listen.
Wow.
There are some things I don't need to hear Alec Baldwin saying.
It's meant for you to suck. What?
My niece absolutely loves that movie. I've never sat there and watched it with her, and damn, now I'm questioning. I gotta talk
Boss
to her
Baby
mom.
is some shit, bro. Boss Baby is some shit. I'm telling you now. They be saying some wild shit on that show. That shit crazy. But like the wild shit, like the little kids watching it they have no clue what the fuck is happening, and the adults is watching it is like, oh shit.
Yeah, they don't have no clue until they go and repeat it later on. Like,
yeah,
they just say it because why
Pop
not?
is sitting there watching it with him and looks over at his wife. He's like, "Yeah, sometimes you just need to suck it,
man,
and see where he's gonna bring you."
I know where it bring you. You grow up to be a fucking. You grow up to make the news for all the wrong reasons. All the wrong reasons. Now y'all already know. It's been a rash of crazy things happening in Texas, Tennessee, and it's been wild out here in these streets, man. I just gotta say, I'm disturbed by some of the things that I see, but nothing that I've seen to this junction has disturbed me quite this. Not even the alien dude, not the alien butt dude. None of that shit didn't disturb me. Didn't disturb me quite as much as this. Now, Kentucky, I know y'all shooting y'all shot right now. Kentucky, y'all shooting y'all shot right now. Okay.
Damn.
So for those of y'all listening to the audio, it says cookie dough canister explodes in man's rectum during shoplifting incident in Kentucky. I'm gonna just leave that right there. And
he got the tear tat. He might be the only dude that ever been to the clink that got the tear tat just because he was sad.
Because he was sad, yeah.
Look at that face. Yeah. Look at his face.
Yeah.
I mean, would you be sad though? Because this is obviously after the cookie dough incident. You're gonna be very, very upset that you had like a 90,000 psi thing shoved up your rectum that exploded. Yeah, I can't.
I mean,
the little cookie dough things. They explode out, right? Yeah.
The thing is, like, he put it up there. Like, you got to know that it's coming. Like, when you're smuggling drugs in the butt, you know what can happen, right? Like,
you're doing butt stuff with drugs.
You know that you're running a risk that shit could leak, and like, now they're running the risk that, like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'm getting paid. I might OD, but I'm getting paid.
Right.
I don't know why he needed the cookie dough so much. Instant diabetes.
Just like that.
It's like chugging, right? It's like what the college kids be doing. So if the sugar is directly in your anus and it explodes in, does it just go right to the bloodstream? It's a diabetes. That's what you're saying.
You know that montage that they do every time Spider-Man gets bit by the radioactive spider?
Every time.
The moment that shit exploded, like the Pillsbury Doughboy, like just like came to him in spirit, and just started going. And this motherfucker, like he looked over at his partner because this was definitely a 2-man job, and was like, diabetes.
Diabetes.
You just fall out right there, go into a diabetic shock right there, and just start shaking.
Get me my insulin.
I'm just
It's like, you're not diabetic. I am now, bitch.
I done shoplifted a whole lot of times in my life. I've never, under any circumstances, deemed it necessary to stick anything in my butt. Not one time.
No. Okay.
Backpacks are a thing.
I worked in grocery stores on my whole high school career, right? Growing up, worked in grocery stores. I have stopped a lot of shoplifters, okay? And people will stick things up their butt, like glass bottles, thinking that they could just slide on out. Pause. And so, and the funny thing is, if you catch them, sometimes we tackle them. This is back in the 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? We used to, give it to them or whatever. That thing breaks. Them bottles break. But I had never seen cookie dough in a Pillsbury thing. That's dangerous. That's literally an M80 in your butt. And then when you got to clean that dude up, that's not cookie dough that you're removing. That's not cookie dough no more.
No.
And instead, it's a mixed special.
See, the one person that P remembers is the person that did the bottle but didn't go neck first.
Oh God!
He was like, "Yo, why'd you do the big end?"
We had the plastic.
Oh my God! Dog, they make too much shit with pockets for me to put anything in my ass. I'm sorry. They make too much shit with pockets for me to put anything in my ass. Y'all motherfuckers crazy. Dog, let me tell you something good. I didn't smoke not a nan cigarette, weed, nothing while I was locked up, because I was like, dog, if that's how it's getting in here, I don't want none. I'm cool. I'll wait. They can't keep me here forever. Fuck it.
I ain't smoking around these booty holes.
I'm just saying.
That's not the flavor that I'm asking for.
Dog, you dig?
There is not amount of menthol in the world.
Bro, that shit is wild, man. Jeez,
what is this? Oh, it's vintage. It's Carlos. You know.
Oh shit!
God
Yo.
damn, what you been eating, boy?
Stranger roll. Anyway, go ahead.
See. See. I try.
We're gonna bust them
tried.
all today. No, we're gonna bust them all today. This is like we're cashing it
I
all
mean,
in
it's already.
today.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to like.
The OGs in there, they got like a recruiting process. If you're one of the smugglers, they're like, no, you got an organic diet now. Like,
Oh shit!
There are regulations.
Oh shit!
What's your favorite food? Steak? Not you. Next.
No. Next. Yo.
Come on, man! I need the money on my books still.
I bet you do. I keep forgetting this shit don't work. I'm sad about that. I'm sad about it. Oh, shit. You know, I've been thinking like it was some dope shit when Monster thought about that. You know, started bringing up the fake news shit, and I was like, you know what's crazy? When fake news and my favorite superheroes collide. I can show you better.
Burning behind me is 8.5 tons of heroin, opium, hashish, and other narcotics.
This one.
Burning behind me.
Yo, I got a story for that.
That's crazy.
That is not fake news. That is actually real. I was in Afghanistan, and we were patrolling marijuana fields, huge marijuana fields, and some idiot had the bright idea to set it on fire from the higher ups, and we had to stand out there. And all of us that smoked weed back in the day were happy. We just did that.
Oh hell yeah!
Like just taking it all in. That is real stuff. That
I'm there.
I would
you start tripping.
Man, yo, I just I'm just glad that everything ain't always all bad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all are aware that Monster Elicit has a vendetta against the whites. And so, you know, we love to allow him to get his shit off and talk his shit, you know, when it comes to that thing there. So Monster, do you want to preface your clip here, or you want me to just play?
No, you can run it.
No doubt. Let's see.
We'll talk after.
You guys are in a lot of trouble, right? Now, how'd you get the damn phone back there? I searched you.
Shut up, nerd. You couldn't.
Yeah. Dear crackers. I didn't know I couldn't do that. Only works for you. And if you want to know why so many of our brothers are getting killed by the pigs, it's because they got to deal with yo punk ass. And then they go back out to the streets. So, the dude that smuggled the canister in his ass, the pig's like, yo, I searched you. Now, don't get me wrong. The shut up nerd, I laughed a little bit. But these individuals are definitely high as shit. Fucking with the police. And ain't nothing going to happen to them. And then you wonder why everybody else hates the pigs. It's because of you. Because this little motherfucker, 5 years from now, might decide, like, oh, I'm going to go be a pig because that's what pigs do. Pigs had history too. And then they were like, give me a gun. And other white motherfuckers were like, okay. Ended it. So, be better. What are y'all's thoughts? If you have any. So, it's okay to leave that one to me. Because talking about the pigs. All right. Now, I do try and redeem as well. There are a couple people that, you know, really know that they were about. So, here's your cracker redemption. All right. Go ahead and run the next one, Sev, and I'll give him a little cracker redemption.
Cracker redemption. Sounds like an action flick.
The worst one, but yep.
Yeah, it's not good. It was Netflix, Sci-Fi Channel.
Throwing their cheese knives and shit. You're muted, Sev. Still muted. The little thing went down. But...
The video didn't
like it.
No, yeah, it's not playing. It's doing some
Oh,
dumb
that's
shit.
all right. Yeah, hey, the universe ain't gonna redeem the crackers.
I feel bad. Well, yo, don't worry though, folks. We'll have that for you next go round. Most definitely. Shit. What was I? Oh, now I remember. Hip hop, man. Hip hop. Happy about the way things are going, about the way things are progressing. There's been a lot of dope music coming out. My man JID, whatever you want to call him, Dreamville. He just dropped God Do Like Ugly. Man. I've always been highly impressed by this young man. Always. This has only added to that. And I said it before and I'll say it again. I think that he's absolutely it deserves to be in the conversation for the guy of his era. You know what I'm saying? He's one of them. The project is definitely an album of the year contender. No questions asked. So before I, say my spiel, fellas, what did y'all think about God Do Like Ugly?
Go ahead, Pete.
So this is the album I've been waiting for. And nothing against everybody that's come out so far, but this is the kind of album that I've been waiting on as far as just the arrangement and what he's talking about, true lyricism that he's throwing down, the technical skill is just there. And I don't know, I just haven't heard stuff like, because it has a feeling of like Outkast and Earth Family and Kwamu and all of that. And it blew me away, man. His speed, the way he spits is ridiculous. Like, you know how most rappers, when they speak and they go really fast, you can't really understand everything that they're saying. You're getting like maybe every other word. I heard everything. Like, I heard everything, and it was painting pictures in my brain. It was such, the lyricism is great. And then the arrangements, it sounded like I was, I always try to go to a soundtrack. If it makes me feel like I'm watching a movie, it feels like it should be in the background in the soundtrack, I know it's good, because that means I'm going to be listening to it in the car. I'm going to be listening to it as my life track. You know what I mean? So this one definitely hit. And then I don't know if I know some other people are going to probably talk about Eminem being on this track and being featured on this album, but I'll leave that to them. But I was quite impressed with the entirety of it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Hell yeah. Monster, what was your take on the joint?
I agree with everything that's been said. It's definitely a contender for album of the year. I don't know if I would put it on at my number one, but it's definitely a contender to make the top five. overall, it was dope. The first track was a little rough for me, actually. And it wasn't the track itself. It's just because that's a very odd track to open an album with. Like, and now for me, now of course this is all just personal opinion. It was a weird out of the gate for me. The one thing that Jid does well, but almost leans on too heavy in my opinion at times, is the change-ups. So it was like, just because like it is not uncommon to have 3 or 4 on a single track. So track 1 was a little odd out of the gate for me, but track 2 was the perfect second track to me. Like, it's like, yo, whatever your introduction is, this is a way to be like, okay, yeah, now we're not fucking around. Like, here we go. So yeah, Glory was like the beat, the lyricism, the way everything was put together for Glory. I was like, yes, this is fucking Glory.
Yes.
Now I will, like, even Glory had like 4 fucking change-ups in it, and I was like, bro, like, if you would have just stopped at that first change-up and just let it rock, like, it would have been fine. But even the following change-ups, I wasn't too mad at. But that's where you're really starting to show, you know, some of his experimentation. I don't know if there's an artist out there that is as experimental as Jid. Like, even just on a single album, like, this motherfucker just tries stuff. Now, he always stays in his pocket, pause. But that's like but it's, you can tell that he's trying new things constantly while still giving you, you know, what you go to a Jid album for. But then he takes a track like Community, and that's where you bring in clips. And so you got a good crescendo coming all the way up, and then all of a sudden Clips hits that first peak, and that whole track just murders.
Yes.
Because of this album, it might have solidified Clips as my album of the year, and let God sort him out. Just because it's like, yo, y'all are still doing it. Like, not only did you put out a fire album, but now all of a sudden you're hitting the feature run, and you maintain the same level of heat. So yeah, that killed me. And then we go into VCRs. Vince Staples, like, I'm not the biggest Vince Staples fan. I love his thought process, but the music, I don't know, like, it's always like I struggle at times. But this very well could be one of my favorite verses from him, at least in the last 5 years, if not of all time. Then we go into Earth Gang, and like, so you continue on that steady run. The thing that I said on the last album that we reviewed, why am I spacing on who that was? Anyway, when I was talking about, like,
that was Freddie Gibbs. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, not Freddie. The album before.
Nick Grant. Was it Nick Grant?
It's been a while. It wasn't Nick Grant either. That's fine. Yeah. Anyway, when I was talking about, like, just a hard stop and going into like a softer track, this album did that transition perfectly. You went from bar heavy, hard hitting tracks, and then you went a little bit softer using Ty Dolla $ign, and the track was fire. But you're pulling back a little bit. You know you've already gone over the crest. You're going down the roller coaster, and you're smoothing out a little bit. And then you go into Jesse Reyes, and that track was fucking smooth. Like both of them just rode the beat and delivered a great fucking track. And then coming out of it, he put an interlude. Because he was like, yo, we're changing back up. But we're not just going to come and smack you in the face. Like, here's a little breather. But bang, here's some shit. And you go into fucking Pastor Troy. Murdered the fucking track again. So, K-Word, fire track. You know, and then, like, I would say that is the second crescendo. And you start dropping down a little bit. Now, I did do the extended album. So he does start going back up. There's a few more features that are just repeat features. I think he has one other single. But on the original album, I believe it's track 15. I'm sorry, I didn't write down the name. But that's where the track ends. And it's a very good end to the track, or to the album. Very, very good rounding off of it. But he also set it up to where these last 4 editions in the extended album just gave you that final crescendo. So he smoothed it out really well going into the end of the album, and then started going back up the track again to give you one more crescendo for the fucking extended, gives you a couple more features, and then he reaches the pinnacle of that next crescendo with Animals Part 1 featuring Eminem.
That track is insane.
Ridiculous.
Insane.
So he's laying down his bars. It seems like he's never going to stop. He just started going.
Yeah.
And I guarantee he took that track, put his shit on, and either him and M were there together or he sent it to M, but M was like, oh, so you're just going to keep rapping. Okay, how much do I got? And they were like, just rap. And he was like, okay. And he just kept rapping. He talks his shit, and you're like, what the fuck? And then he keeps rapping. And you're like, yo, like, you smacked him again. And he's like, yep. But I'm not done rapping. So he just keeps going. I don't know how long this verse was that he had, but the verse was insane. And then they ended it perfect because it's literally just beat drop, done, and the fucking album's over. So I can tell you, as far as the construction of the album, it was done fucking perfectly. Whoever put the album together, just great fucking work. The features were fire. What he did was fire. So yeah, it's definitely within my top 5. But like I said, it's very difficult to say that it's album of the year for me because of the Clips feature just pushing that Clips album for me even further. But it's definitely a contender for it. I will say that.
I feel that. And Eminem is and I don't want to get into a deep Eminem conversation right now. We can do it later. I kind of want. I think he's got a new album coming. I kind of want to wait till after that. Kind of, because at that point, it won't matter what happens after that. He keeps dropping music after that. Whatever I have to say at that point, it's just going to be what it is. But I wanted to be very clear. I am a fan of Marshall Mathers, so I'm gonna start there. Start with love. As they say. Hey, M, we already know you can rap. You don't got to do this no more. Seriously, you don't got to do it. Trust me when I tell you, I don't mind. I mean, you know, you got busy for a long time, and it's cool, like to hear dope rapping. You know what I mean? And it be, you know what I'm saying, not just a dose, but bro, like at a point, and I understand now when people say that you've almost made being a dope MC a gimmick. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're overkilling. Stop. You don't have to do that. Like, do 24 bars and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. Like, we won't mind. Like, because you're gonna spaz in them 24 and we know it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, other than the you know what I'm saying, the extreme length of the verse, he did Eminem things. Like, it is what it is. He is who he is. But as far as the Jid is concerned, I've been a huge fan since the first album that I heard. I was like, oh, he's nice. Okay. And then I heard him again, and I'm like, oh, he's getting better. Like, this is crazy. Like, he's really good, you know. Then I start hearing him on features with people, and I'm like, y'all better watch it. Hey, shit, he nipping at your heels. You might want to watch it. Then I'm not certain when it occurred, but at some point, it stopped being you nipping at your heels and started being, damn, he just got on your record and took that shit, huh? You know what I'm saying? And then I realized the other day, as I was listening to the album again, I realized I've been saying that for a minute. Now. Like, J. Cole got to be on his A+ game when he get on a record with Jid. It's pressure, and he'll admit that. Like, it's pressure trying to rap with this motherfucker. That says a lot, considering J. Cole's pen. So when I went into this album asking myself not if it's going to be dope, because I knew that. No question in my mind. The question was, is it going to be the kind of dope that's going to elevate you out of the he might be conversation to I'm just saying conversation? He absolutely did that. To know that he has that much control of his creative vision, and to know that a big part of what you're hearing is his vision. Like, he saw that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I wanted to sound like. You know what I'm saying? This is what I wanted to sound like. What you're doing with that beat is cool, but can you right there do this? Yep, right there. Okay, and right there I'm gonna go boom, just like that. He's not young in the sense of young 19, 18, 17-year-old putting out, first projects, but he's young in the sense of people who rap like that. It ain't a whole lot of people his age or younger who rap like that. That's crazy. I agree sometimes that the switches get a little weird. And it's just like, bro, can I just get a straight record from you one time? just do a song. Do a song and then play around with the other shit. Like, give me 2 songs that ain't going off the rails, and I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I can rock with the rest of it. But even with that, he's entertaining enough as a lyricist and as a vocalist for me not to get thrown by it. He chose his features well. The sequencing on the album is pretty dope. Shit, man. The wild shit for me is hearing if I could hear somebody spit and be like, damn, I wish I'd have said that. You did something. And I said that at least once on every single record. Damn, why didn't I think of that? No, that's crazy. Or maybe he said something that I said, but he flipped it a whole different way. And I'm like, I didn't think of it that way. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that says a lot about his dedication to his writing is evident, like, if you track his career. So man, salute to Jid, man. God Does Like Ugly. Out now, everywhere. Stream that shit, buy that shit. No, don't stream that shit. Buy that shit.
Buy that shit.
Yeah, buy that shit. And J. Cole, I wanna thank you for not being one of them rappers that's scared to put on somebody that might fuck around and be better than you. Thank you for not being that guy. Much appreciated. Oh man.
There's 2 quick points that so the change ups, because you brought up a good point. Because he's so good at building an album, the change ups are vastly reduced and a little bit more strategic when he has a feature. So like when he's solo, he's like, yo, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, and he's just that kind of dude where he'll, he's like, yo, I'll change it up 5 times because that's what I'm feeling. But he'll be much more strategic about it when he has a feature, and that's rare. Most people, it's like, yo, I'm having you on my album, you're gonna do what the fuck I want. But he's making it, like an artistic collaboration. But then to the other point, around the features, like we say a lot, calling out the features and how they accent the album.
Mm-hmm.
On the Clips album, features were insane, right?
Oh yes.
When you take the feature, like, so, and to your point of him being so young but having that pen, somebody that young and stepping to the plate with Clips and not having a problem, stepping to the plate with Earth Gang and being cool, stepping to the plate and even changing it up and doing something different with Ty Dolla, with Jesse Reyes. Like, a lot of people can't do both of those things. Pastor Troy is slept on heavy when it comes to lyricism, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So stepping up and doing a track with Pastor Troy and not batting an eye, stepping up and doing a track with M and holding your own. This is not light work. These are not things that should be overlooked. So anybody that wants to question his capabilities, like, you're judged by the company you keep. And he keeps a very strong company.
And y'all been hanging out with Tyrone Biggums if y'all doubt it. But yeah, that's it, man. That kid is special, man. Yeah, and I think it was important for him to say too that no, I'm not part of Earth Gang. They're my people. You know what I'm saying? Because for a long time early on in his career, people assume, because they did so much work together and they both on they all on Dreamville together. People just assumed because it sounded so good together that he had to be part of the group. I thought that at a point. I was like, so he got a solo career and he part of Earth Gang? And the niggas was like, nah, he's not part of Earth Gang. He just rock with them heavy. Like, but then like they all from Atlanta. So when you talk about Pastor Troy is he's a hip hop legend. You know what I'm saying? In his own right, but he's definitely, even if you don't consider him that, he's definitely a Georgia hip hop legend. You know what I'm saying? So for him to have Pastor Troy on his album make perfect sense. Like, I'm surprised. I want to hear, and this is just a dream collaboration for me. And Jed, I hope you hear me, and or one of y'all gentlemen whose names I'm about to say. I hope y'all hear me and y'all make this happen. I would love to hear him, Dre, maybe Dre and Big Boy, T.I., Ludacris, and Killer Mike all on a song together. The reason why I want to hear that is because as far as industry rappers from Atlanta are concerned, they have been the bar for lyricism for mainstream rappers from Atlanta. And Jid ain't really a mainstream rapper. He just happened to be signed to a nigga that was signed to a mainstream label. But he's not. Dreamville ain't a major label. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see that, because I see that he's not afraid to challenge himself. So seeing that, he's done records with Kenny. He's done records with Absol. He's done records with all of those people. Rhapsody. Anybody who you consider crazy with the bars on the underground, or even the mid-major guys who are underground cats, but they get looks because they may have a distribution from a major, or they just close to a major artist. He done records with all them people. He danced in the ring with every one of them, and ain't nobody knocked him out. So, he done took some blows. He done records with some niggas like early on, especially like your confidence be like, yeah, I can swing with you. But then when you get in the booth with it, you be like, oh shit, hold up, shit different over here. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and I kind of compare that to the difference when Like, and this is no disrespect to the guys I rapped with in high school, or even early on in college. But when I started recording songs with Superstition, it changed me. Because I would write a verse and I'm in the middle of writing a verse and he's writing his verse at the same time and he's saying it out loud and I'm like, what the fuck? Scrap this shit. Hold up. I'm playing over here. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it really made me have to dive deep into the reservoir of words to come up with some dope shit. And I feel like he's around people who push him in that way. And it manifests beautifully in this project. If you haven't already, please go listen to God Does Like Ugly. Please go listen to that. And young cats, if you want an MC, don't go listen to Rakim. You ain't got to do that yet. Don't go listen to Kane. Don't go listen to Nas. You don't got to do none of that. Listen to Jid. Listen to Jid. Listen to Jid. Listen to Absol. Listen to Kenny. Listen to your. These are the niggas from y'all era that'll give you what you need from ours. Then it'll give you that appreciation that'll make you understand what you're hearing from us when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Now I know, P, you have a thing about this whole competition thing to a degree. And I get it. I just
gotta know the rules, man. Just need to know the rules.
I feel you. I mean, I think sometimes that comparison can be the enemy of joy. Like you can't enjoy what's happening or what you're experiencing if you're so busy comparing it to something else that it's not even necessarily like. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say this. No disrespect to anybody intended, I promise you. That's not what this is about. But I agree with certain people who say some people can't say certain things. Case in point. Like if you don't know how to hoop, like if you just simply don't know shit about basketball, we can't have a Michael Jordan, LeBron James conversation. You can't have that talk. Because no matter what you call yourself studying, you ain't see it. And I had a front row seat. I saw all of it. So we can't have that conversation. I can't talk to you about this. Sorry. I feel the same way about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, I think it's a certain type of it takes a certain caliber of MC to be able to make certain comparisons of people. Like you can have your opinion. Your opinion is fine. I have no problem with your opinion. But when you state your opinion like it's actual facts and like nobody can challenge you on it because you have whatever you may have, you may think you have to back that up. Now we got a problem. For those of y'all who may not know what I'm talking about, will.i.am, and this is, and don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. This is not some will.i.am hate. That's not what this is. Not by a long shot. It's a totally different thing. What it is a reckoning and recognition of something. will.i.am recently said on Sway that Black Thought is 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z. That's what he said. He said 1 trillion. His quote was directly 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z. Now, I am a diehard Black Thought fan. Have been from the very first time I ever heard the Roots. From the first time. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. And y'all backpack carrying hip hop niggas might hate me for it. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Only real talk aloud, nigga. No, he ain't. No, he's not. Sorry. He's not. Black Thought will tell you he's not 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z. He'll tell you that. Because despite Jay-Z's ultra capitalism and the fact that he's done so many people dirty in his career, that has absolutely nothing to do with his ability to rap. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. I'm a Nas guy. Not gonna say Jay-Z's whack, because I'm not stupid. Only real talk allowed. I spit that murderous every time I'm verbal. It's ill and the verbal kin is an old dog. In minutes I'm ill start to finish. I'm ripping apart contenders. Don't fucking play. Sean Corey Carter can rap. Fuck all that other shit. He can rap. Now Black Thought is a different animal. But I ain't the only one to feel that. Like, before we even get into the gist of that, like, what were y'all thoughts when you heard it?
It was like, yo, you're right. Because honestly, I'm not a big fan of Jay-Z. I don't like the context. See, context matters, right? We talked about that earlier on the show, right? Context matters. And since I'm not an actual poet, I'm not a rapper, I'm not in that circle, the context that I get from him is not appealing to me. The context I get from Black Thought, I'm like, yeah, I like that. I can rock that almost every day. You know what I mean? So I'm coming from it, as just a listener, not looking at the technicals, not working about industry sales or influence and that kind of thing. The only influence is how it hears my earballs, and my earballs prefer Black Thought over, I said earballs. I said so. But I prefer Black Thought over him. Now, does Jay-Z have some great tracks and that kind of stuff? Is he classic? Sure, absolutely. But if you were like, which one do you want to put on? I'm gonna be like, yo, give me some Black Thought. So I'm strictly an opinion guy at this point.
I can do it. I can do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
He's looking like, oh, I want to say it. Go ahead.
Okay. So,
I'm not scared of Jay-Z, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always talk about how Jay-Z's great because I'm kind of scared. That's all I'm saying.
And that's the thing. Like,
I'm scared.
There are a lot of things that go into this discussion, and I'm very tired of people making it so simple. To your point, Sev, like, you can have an opinion. My opinion, I enjoy Black Thought more than I do Jay-Z. Not a trillion times more.
Just more.
That's a lot. But you also have to be able to talk about what you're talking about. If you want to say, yo, as a lyricist, I prefer Black Thought, cool. When you're talking as a rapper, okay, then yeah, Jay-Z is probably a better rapper than Black Thought, because Black Thought ain't a rapper. Black Thought is a hip-hop genius.
That part.
But in the rap game, Jay-Z outshines greatly. So saying that Black Thought is a better rapper, you already got a problem. Because what are we talking about? Rap or hip-hop? But from there, if we want to put both, because I will also not say that Jay-Z is not hip-hop. That's ridiculous. So if we're bringing it to hip-hop, again, when you're talking about GOATs, like, there's a lot of opinion that goes into that. So yes, I prefer Black Thought, but there are many aspects of industry. There are many aspects of just the game in general that Jay-Z far outshines, because Black Thought never really seemed interested.
That part.
So yeah, you really got to define what you're talking about. And for somebody like will.i.am, it's like, bro, you've been around so long, you've done so much that, to your point again, Sev, I'm never going to disrespect the name of will.i.am. Like, you've done too much. But because of that, you have a responsibility to define your terms.
Yes.
And if you're going to say something, expound. Don't just throw out the clickbait and then brush on. Like, you gotta explain and give some thought behind hip hop, not just like, oh, he's a better rapper. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. In my opinion, it was a ridiculous statement for many reasons.
Absolutely.
Just like peel the onion, and it was a ridiculous statement. It could be based in fact in some of those aspects, in others it's not. But a lot of it is just based on opinion, and you should have stated that. Because honestly, again, no disrespect to Will.i.am, but you don't want that hard time with Jay-Z.
Will.i.am don't. You know what? I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You know what? I'm gonna let one of the homies do it, because we ain't the only ones that feel that way. We gonna let the voice of the YO tell you how he feels about it.
Says that Black Thought is 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z.
Black Thought is 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z.
We used to live in the same building on the same floor and never met before.
We was together on the block since free lunch. We should have been together having 4 seasons brunch.
You're never gonna hear a rapper say Coldplay's 1 million times better than Black Eyed Peas. They put that out there, and that's the reason the hip-hop is hanging on a string, is they've been making everybody go against each other for no reason, just for small talk. That's how he feels. That's how he feels. He's not gonna find Hov or Black Thought nowhere saying the Backstreet Boys is 1 trillion times better than NSYNC. Leave our fucking culture alone. That's my.
Yeah, that's it right there.
I mean, yeah. Shout out to Jada.
I mean, that's what I've been getting at, man. That's what I've been trying to get at with this GOAT conversation and that kind of stuff. We have not, as a culture, defined the levels or the scorecard, the official scorecard that lets us check all those boxes to say that this person is the greatest or this person isn't the greatest. We let industry do it for a minute, and it was all based on record sales. Then we found out that the game was fixed, and it's all about how many bots I can get to stream my stuff plus also, right? So we can't even go off that. And everything after that becomes opinion. If you're not going to use the criteria that like Karis and the rest of them kind of laid out, which is, impact and that kind of stuff to the culture, the actual culture, you know what I mean? But since we're not doing that, this is all just, pardon my French, mental masturbation on people's opinions. Because like to Monster's point, we're not bringing any real scorecard to it. What do you mean he's the greatest? Why is he the greatest? Why, you know what I mean?
I mean, from the first time I ever thought they engaged I never even thought they engaged a GOAT conversation in hip hop until probably late in the 90s, early 2000s, somewhere around there. Prior to that, it was just like, oh, he's my favorite rapper. I like him too, though, and I like him, and I like them, and I like her, and I like them. You know what I'm saying? Then it was just kind of like, I think when it became more prevalent. And more rappers started selling records and becoming famous and becoming popular, and being a rapper started to become a more regular thing to see. I think when that happened, it started to become a thing of, oh, well, how do I get the attention with so many other people doing what I'm doing, and some of them are doing it well? Oh, I'll just sound the best. Like, dog, like, let's be honest. He has some great albums in his catalog, but had he not come out and said, I'm the king of the South, we might not know who the fuck T.I. is right now. That ruffled enough feathers to make people be like, who the fuck you think you are? Da, 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 da. That's all he had to do. They did the rest of it for him. But then he had to deliver, and he did. So that's the difference.
He also became very loquacious.
Very loquacious, expeditiously. So, I mean, at the end of the day, for me, is this. And it may just be like, and I understand, me and Kiss the same age. We came up through the same era of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Came up much the same way in the game, battling and all of that. I feel like when people have a legitimate basis for their battle, for their conflict, then have it. Don't just go around talking shit for the sake of talking shit. Like Jay-Z and Nas had a problem with each other. They chose to resolve it on the mic as opposed to fighting. No problem with that at all. By all means, do it. It was entertaining. Nobody got hurt. And it resolved. And at the end, it resolved, and now y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you're able to keep a battle on wax. And then you had to think about it with a grown mind. Oh, man. Yeah, we was bugging. Like, this shit was fun, though, right? Yeah, all right, cool. Boom. No problem with that. But when it comes to mindless or baseless competition, that's where it becomes problematic. That's where you start having problems in your local scene because motherfuckers are vying for the number one spot in a local scene that don't mean nothing to nobody else. It don't. Trust me when I tell you, I don't care where you live. I don't care what you think about where you live. Your local scene means absolutely nothing to anybody outside of where the fuck you live until you make it mean something. And you can't do that if everybody fighting for the spot. You can't do it.
You're going to have a much more effective and diverse conversation when you have these are my favorite top 5 hip hop artists. And, you know, it's going to be more effective because you're just giving your opinion like, yo, I dig this person, this person, this person, and this person because they do this, and this. But you can also diversify it by saying like, yo, these are my top 5 hip hop artists of 2000 and, you know, the 2010 era. You know, these are my top 5 of the late 90s. These are my top 5 trap artists. These are my top 5 grime artists or boom bap artists. Like, you can make it so much more diversified by just saying, yo, these are my top 5 in any of these categories, and here's why. Because you and I have had that conversation many, many times along different standards of point of view, and or like genre or, you know, subgenre, anything. And it introduces new artists that we might not know because we got so detailed in what we were looking at. So you're like, oh, you like so in the top 5 artists of all time, you know, one of my favorite hip hop artists of all time is Big L because of his lyricism and his ridiculous just like storyteller capability. Like, he is a writer.
Absolutely.
And so Big L is always in my top 5, but hearing that and my reasoning why I put him there, you were like, yo, if you like Big L, have you heard bop, 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 bop? And you named like 7 artists. 4 of them I had heard of, 3 of them I hadn't, but I started looking shit up. And it's like, oh, bop, now you're my favorite top 5 storyteller. Ta-da! So you find new things. Like, it's a way to explore. Saying this person is the GOAT leaves no room for exploration. It's just contention.
Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of silly.
Yeah, that's too. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's kind of silly because like we don't have these kind of conversations about poets, and that's exactly what rappers are, right? They're poets, and when you boil it all down. And I've never heard a conversation between who's better, Edgar Allan Poe versus, say, you know, Wilde or something. You know what I mean? I've never heard that conversation. We know that poetry is based on new opinion, and so it's like, why do we treat that? Why do we treat it as if there's some kind of crown to be had at the end of the day from these poets going head to head like this, right? The immediate competition in a battle and that kind of stuff. Yeah, we get it. It's trophy. There's money. There's, you know, that kind of thing. You're there to try to see what's up, but at the end of the day, the way that you kind of break it down with the era, right? That makes more sense to try to figure out who really stood out in that era. But hip hop is all about evolving. And so when you try to make it, you're the greatest of all time, that means no one else can be better. That means the style is not going to evolve. That means there's not going to be a new I don't know, cadence that comes out, a new way of flipping the beat and that kind of stuff. You just want to collapse it all down to just one dude who did this one style. Like, really? It's poetry, man.
And that's why I have a like I always was like Rakim was the greatest, yo. Rakim was the greatest. But as time has progressed, I've said Rakim's my favorite MC. You know what I'm saying? Rakim was the MC I've learned the most from. But it's hard for me to say Rakim was the greatest when at the time when Rakim was at his peak, I thought he was the greatest. 2 years after the last project that they did before he went quiet for a minute and popped back up solo without Eric B, Nas came. You know what I'm saying? Nas came. Biggie came. Pac came. Like, it's a whole train of people who were reared off his style.
I was cool with all the people that came, but then you said there was a whole train, and you went over the edge.
Yeah, I did. But all of these people, like he was the inspiration for the like Nas is like if Kool G Rap and Rakim Styles had a baby, it would be Nas. Like the deep thinking of Rakim, but the flow, everything else about it is Kool G Rap. Rappers, I'm monkey flipping with the funky rhythm, I'll be kicking. That's not Rakim. That's Kool G Rap. But you got to think, Nas has had the opportunity to take his shot at being the guy and maintain that for a very, very long time. Whereas the artists that came out of the late 80s into the early 90s that didn't quite understand how the music business worked, they were still being toyed with by the industry. You know what I'm saying? They was getting their shot, but they don't really know how this works. Jay, Nas, all of them learn from watching them get jerked. Oh, I know what not to do now. Woo. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah, for sure. But like, so they learn from that. You know what I mean? So yeah, doing it by eras make the most sense. Because even once you do that, if you go through every era that's already existed and got the top 3 guys, and then you try to put that into it, you can't even compare that to try to come out with a single answer. How? Rakim don't rap like he can't do that. Well, I ain't gonna say he can't, but we ain't never heard him do it. Ever. So stylistically, there's limitations. So how can you be the greatest? How can you be the greatest if there are limitations? If you're the greatest, you should be able to do it all. And do it all well.
There's a good conversation to be had on how we define impact.
Absolutely.
Because, taking some of the things that you said, like, there are artists out there that put artists on. So, okay, you got J. Cole. Massive impact to the culture. He's also influenced a lot of artists. He's put artists on. Hence, now we got Jim. So, when we're talking about impact, there are different ways that you can impact, whether it be putting an artist on, whether it be influencing an artist, but the influence part gets overlooked a lot. We talk a lot about people that came up, started their own label, and put another artist on. To your point, some of them are bitches where they're like, yo, I'm going to put on a bunch of B-level people to make sure nobody get bigger or better than me ever. But there are people out there that will put on a certified killer just because they need to be out there, because they're going to have their own impact as well. But we overlook influence a lot. And whether you want to say 3 to 4 eras removed, Rakim influenced virtually everyone in hip hop.
He's a milestone. He's a milestone icon in that way. You know what I mean? There's those artists that come on, and when they come on, everything shifts, right? For the era, for the whole game. And that's why I kind of like I don't like the GOAT conversation. We should be pointing out, as we do with like cars or jazz or something. It's like the person that came in that changed the game and put it on a new trajectory. We give honor to that. We don't try to knock them down with somebody else, right? We don't talk about, well, we do the competition between Ferrari and Shelby, sure, but we're not sitting there saying that Ferrari's better because, right? No, they're just like that happened. And that was awesome. And they came out with these new innovations because of that, and now people know the Shelby, they know a Ferrari, and Ferrari got better, right? That we don't talk about that. We always want to cutthroat. We want to kill somebody, take somebody out, and that kind of stuff, and just lord them over the top. And I know where that comes from. I know it comes from like us just being enslaved and wanting to have our own little slice of kingdom. You know what I mean? But to Monster's point, you make way more ground when you come together and ask, what are your top 5, and compare the two. Start figuring out what the technical skills are and what the stylistic skills that everybody's really liking right now are. And it opens you up to new styles that can be blended together, like if Coogee Rap and whatnot had a baby, right? So it's like we got to stop competing with ourselves, like Jadakiss said, right? We got to stop competing with ourselves like that. Like the industry keeps pitting us against each other, and unfortunately, artists that should be working together, that would be awesome on an album together, will never be on an album together because we're too similar. So it's we have to compete. Fuck that. You guys are talking about the same thing. Now you're gonna talk about the ring, right?
We can do an album together. I'm still gonna be competing with your ass though. I don't know.
That's iron sharpens iron. That's iron sharpens iron. That's different. Yeah,
and plus I think
that's to get you better.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
The thing that Kiss said that was potentially the most like impactful to me, he didn't say nobody compares Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, because a gang of people did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying nobody in hip hop is going to compare those two. Black Thought is not going to go and say like, oh, Backstreet Boys is better than NSYNC, because for some reason in hip hop, the only people that we try and tear down is ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're cool with everybody else being out there and just doing their thing and being like, okay, yeah, but stay over there. But because we're right here, like, yeah, but we're just gonna tear down ourselves. And it's like, yo, stop that shit.
Yeah.
Nigga asked me, call yourself king. King of what? I'm a king wherever I stand, nigga. I don't care where it's at. Wherever I stand, I'm the king. Because I'm the king of my kingdom. That don't mean I'm imposing on your shit. I'm strutting in my shit. Do whatever the fuck you gonna do over there. Don't matter to me. All I'm worried about is this. That's it. And that's why I can say that. And I can go to where somebody else call themselves a king, still call myself king, and I sweat them for calling themselves king. And if you got a problem with me saying it, then one or two things gonna happen. One or two things gotta happen. If you got a problem with me saying it, you gotta prove me wrong, or you gotta shut the fuck up. Them the only two options you got. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But when it's all said and done, this is what I took from Kiss, from what Kiss said, and what I took from what I've taken from this entire debacle since will.i.am opened his fat mouth and said that shit. What I've shook out is this: will.i.am just wanted attention. Nobody said his name in a while. He just wanted attention. Cool. It's okay. I get it, Will. In the age of click, 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 oh my God, did you see what he said? You did the perfect thing to get all the attention that you want. I've heard other people talking about you. We're talking about you. It's okay. But you did open the door to a much more necessary conversation. And that is, who are the people that we allow to crown our kings? Who do we allow to do that? That is as much respect as I have for what will.i.am has done in the music business. You can't tell me who the best rapper is. You can't tell me that. You too far removed from this shit for you to tell me that. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. Honestly, I don't even care what Sway's opinion is. I give it more credence than will.i.am, but I still don't care. Because if you can say, oh man, well, is so-and-so better than so-and-so? And you're simply judging it, dog. I've seen people try to make arguments for rappers being better than other rappers based off of freestyles on mixtapes. And I'm like, hey, dog, listen, I hear what you're saying. That freestyle was dope. This nigga got 5 dope albums that people literally went and paid for. Yeah, I don't care about these sales, but a motherfucker bought it. They wanted it enough to go pay for it. So we ain't talking about the same thing. A lot of times when they talk about who the best rapper is, they talk about who sold the most records, who won the most magazine covers, who video they seen the most times, which ain't got nothing to do with being an MC. None of that got nothing to do with it. But y'all always put it in the equation. Therefore, Jay-Z's always high on the list because he always sold a lot of records. And not for nothing, he's definitely impacted shit. Let's not play. Like, let's be honest about it. If we're going to talk about it, we got to be real about this shit. The reality is he's had a massive impact on hip-hop culture. In the mainstream industry and hip-hop culture. In both fields. So I said to somebody when they asked me the very first time they heard that, they asked me, well, what is your thought? I said, my thought is simple. I'm a fan of both of them as MCs. And that moment that you asked me is going to depend on what I want to hear. That's what it's going to come down to. Because I know, and the one thing will.i.am said that I will agree with wholeheartedly is, will.i.am said the difference between them is Jay-Z, because of the role that he played when he came in the game, and that he's trying to maintain that, he kind of pigeonholed himself as far as what he can say. Some shit he can't get away with. Like when he was on Dead Prez song, he sounded so out of place. I understand your intention, and I understand that a part of you wholeheartedly believe that you want to rock with these guys. But you got on that song and it proved that you can't do what they do because they live that. So it's easy for them to talk it. You're a good rapper. You can't make that up, though. I'm sorry, you just can't. So when you get in these spaces with these people who you haven't had the opportunity because you pigeonholed yourself throughout the course of your career, you never took the opportunity to expand in that way. To why people were so blown away by 444. And if you really listen to it, it wasn't no earth-shattering shit that happened on that album. It was just that he was talking like a grown-ass man instead of a nigga that was still trapped in his young drug dealing days. That's the only difference. So if I want to hear somebody speak from the perspective of the Project Hallways and the club and all the things that happen between those two places, I'm going to listen to Jay-Z. Absolutely. If I want a motherfucker to motivate me to get up and go get to a bag, I'm going to listen to Jay-Z. Cool. If I just want to hear some fly rapping over a beat, ain't really too substantive, but it sounds dope, I'm going to listen to Jay-Z. But if I want to hear somebody make me want to go pick my pen up, somebody that's going to make me reconsider what I'm seeing while I roll through my community and how that's impacting me and how I can impact it, if I want to hear somebody that, I don't care how many times I hear him, I'm guaranteed to hear something I've never heard before every time I hear him rap. Some way he put the words together. Some way he bent that word to make it rhyme. Never heard that before. That was awesome. Who dare imply that I lack a bill of tie? And you don't even flinch because it's him. That's Black Thought, who went on Funk Master Flex and rapped impeccably, flawlessly, earth-shatteringly for 10 minutes straight. That's Black Thought. So, pick your poison. That's what kind of what it comes down to. Which one you want? You can't go wrong with either one of them. You ain't going wrong with either one. If that's what you want to hear, Jay-Z is one of the best at doing that you can possibly listen to. At that thing that he do, it ain't a whole lot of people that can fuck with him. Period. Just being honest. Being completely truthful about it. Do I think Black Thought's a trillion times better than Jay-Z? No. Do I think Black Thought's better than Jay-Z? Absolutely. Yeah. Without a question. And that's not just off my preference. It's just off what I equated MC to be. I think Black Thought's better. That's it. That's all I got. So,
so I'm gonna take it away from that subject a little bit. Still reference it, but Sway. Jadakiss said it. Fat Joe said it. You said it. Why didn't the motherfucker that he was talking to say it? So Sway he might, I'm not going to say is, he might still be attempting to impact hip hop in some way. But I lose the notion that he is trying to do that every time his fucking name comes up. Because every time his name comes up, it's some bullshit that just proves more and more that you'll let anybody say whatever they want. And then some true hip hop heads will step in and be like, yeah, no, don't do that. But you let them get it off. And it's starting to bother me.
Yeah.
Let's be real clear though. Sway is a journalist. Okay.
Absolutely.
And more so, he's a sensationalist for the journalist portion of things. He's going to allow the clickbait because he's going to get you on his show, right? And they're going to say what they're going to say because it allows you to click onto the next episode, But this is actually, to your point, Monster, like, he has slowed down quite a bit on checking people about, some of the things that he'd saying. And I don't know if that's him. I don't know if that's his production team or whatever the case may be, but that's the one thing I used to love about him is that he would, at times, he let it ride for a little bit. He let people say what they want to say, and then eventually if it just got a little too out there, he'd be like, all right, let's bring it back, and he'd reel it back. But he has not been doing that. I don't know. Maybe ratings are bad and he needs to get more clicks or whatever, but that's just kind of disappointing that our journalists are not speaking to the real.
Yeah.
That part.
I'm not upset in him letting them say it because it opens up this conversation. Say what you're going to say. Say whatever you're going to say.
Right.
But by him just accepting and moving on, you're not opening the conversation.
Right. There should be way more of a substantive conversation to be had on a statement like that. Because Will.i.am knows his music. Will.i.am is, a whole era worth of music. So, I mean, he should be able to explain why he thinks Black Thought is better than Jay-Z.
With Jadakiss's podcast, he has continued to show why he remains to this day a massive influence on hip hop. And if Sway ever wants to do that, you should go listen to Jadakiss. You should go listen to everybody that you can consider true hip hop journalism and see what you're doing different, because it is glaring.
Oh man, yeah, I agree.
From the O.
Hell yeah, wholeheartedly. I fuck with Kiss. I fuck with Kiss. And there's a reason why I rock with Kiss the way I do. And that's mainly because he don't really pull, Kiss don't pull no punches, man. And he'll tell the story and be like, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? And he's so they be making a joke like it's a pod. I don't mind talking about this other podcast on here. I fuck with Jadakiss and the Locks, so I ain't tripping. It's called Two Jews and Three Black Guys. It's the Locks and two of their Jewish homies. It's like they do film reviews and some other things, but one of the jokes that they run on there is Jadakiss Italian because of the way he sounds. And yeah, this is hilarious, man. This is hilarious. I love it. But yeah, that's just dope. I did want to. I hate to even. Damn, we had a dope. I'm kind of glad we got serious because it made it not this not such a massive drop off. Wanted to say rest in peace to Danielle Spencer, aka D, from What's Happening.
When did that happen?
She passed away 2 days ago. 2 days ago, from cardiac arrest and cancer. Yeah. So that was yeah, man, that was crazy. That fucked my head up. I was a big fan of What's Happening, obviously. Rest in peace to her. One love to all her people. Absolutely. And also rest in peace to my man Delph. My man Delph's mother passed. Much love to you and Jill and the whole family, man. Everybody. Yo, it's real out here. It's real out here. Getting older ain't easy. Ain't easy. Hey, but kids, try it. Try it. Just try it. Just try it.
There's some perks. There's some good stuff to have.
Just try it. Just try
do
it. You'll feel good about this one day. Feel good about it one day. I promise you will. Shit, before we get out of here, man, 30 seconds around the board. Pete, what you got? Anything we talked about tonight?
Let's not talk about the GOAT. Let's talk about how lineages happen, who influenced who. Let's start looking at how our culture actually has evolved and where we can evolve it further. Stop dividing ourselves over silly, trivial stuff and actually start to maybe collaborate, come up with some new stuff. Innovate a bit, mature. Anyway, that's what I got.
Mature.
Jeez
Louise, that's no fun.
Yeah,
What you got, man?
Don't ever forget to explain why. You're gonna get more conversation. Always explain why in anything that you're doing, anything that you're saying. Explain why, and then the conversation will be opened up. I'm gonna go give my girl diabetes.
Diabetes. That shit is crazy. Yo, all I got for y'all tonight is simple, man. Listen to Jid. New Ghostface on the way. Book of the Monster Volume 1 out now. Sun in the Morning on the way. Few and Far Between on the way. And don't put cookie dough canisters in your booty hole. Yeah. Salute to the guys over at All Purpose, man. Evan Almighty and Phantom, yo. Oh, by the way, we do got the All Purpose Fantasy Football League rocking. If you're interested in joining, make sure you DM or send $10 to hashtag Seven Da Pantha. Make sure you put FFL for Fantasy Football League in the subject line. But other than that, man, one love to Echo Limitless. I hope my people out at Pretty Kings doing good. Salute to Eat a Mad Assassin. Carter and Newton 2 coming. It's fucking coming. Believe that shit. Yo, thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Make sure y'all share, subscribe, like, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. All that fly shit. Don't forget, October 25th, I'll be performing in Charlotte, North Carolina, in concert with the Infamous Ones podcast. Salute to K. Also, shout out to Renee Davis over at Melon and Mayhem podcast. Willie and Tiffany over at Melon and Mysteries. My man Kev over at Coded Entry. We're gonna get back to pod soon. Right now, we got, you know what I'm saying? We're making it do what it do. Y'all stay solid, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Pantha Politix Podcast. We out of here. Peace.
I'm flyer than everybody. You're on cloud 9, higher than everybody. You stepping out